Mistakes were made today, guys. Let's get into it. Whew. So, uh, nothing changed from yesterday in my pre-market plan because we were still in the same area. Right, we were resisted over here, supported by 55.17. So coming into this morning, right, as you see, we ranged all night. Coming into this morning, I was just looking for clues to see which way the market may want to go. So the first thing I noticed was this 55.17. We broke pre-market lows here, right around 8:15 and 8:20, 8:25 actually. That's when we broke it, and yeah, we reclaimed it. So that was my first bullish indication. Now at the open, well, before the open, I uh, today 9:18 a.m. I saw huge orders hitting the bid at 55.27. So I highlighted 55.27 here. So over here is level two, time and sales, and this is a delta footprint chart. So right here, 55.27, you can see these are market sell orders, 1,086 lots. Okay, so on the bid, right, you could see someone was stacking here. So somebody was sitting on the bid at 55.27, right, waiting to get filled. So this would be, if somebody's sitting here waiting to get filled, then that's a passive buyer. Okay, even though it's a market sell, a market sell has to sell to a passive buyer. Okay, so that was clue number two for me. Right, and you can see all these orders here are getting hit on the bid. Every single one of these are getting hit on the bid. So I viewed this as, like I said, a passive buyer. Okay, so that was clue number two. Now, I got stopped out. I My timing was off today. Thesis was right, timing was off. So that's how it goes sometimes. That's why we need to. Rule number one is manage our risk, right? So I entered here. My first entry was at 9:40, right? When we came down, we tested that same level I was just telling you about at 55.27. Immediately rallied up. Now this level here, this 55.40, was pre-market high. Okay, that was pre-market high, and I didn't see nothing significant up here, so I thought it was safe to go ahead with longs on a pullback. So as you can see, we pulled back into this volume here, and also that first rejection of the morning, 9:30, and it was significant volume here. So I made my first entry there. Initially up, I got in at 34.50. It was up about 8 points, and after that high day break, I adjusted my stop loss to break even. So I got stopped out on the same exact candle, or this one, and I re-entered because again this area was holding. Right, same exact entry idea as this. It was the same idea here. Got stopped out, and obviously the frustration kicked in. So even though this was the optimal entry, and I'll show you exactly why on the 15 minute, but yeah, I missed this entry after getting stopped out. I was frustrated. The feelings were high, emotions were high, so you have to know when to sit on your hands. So I missed that, and of course, my initial target was also here, which I talked about yesterday, and missed that by like 2 ticks. So frustrating morning for me, but that's part of the game. Manage my risk, so nothing significant. It is what it is. Now, why I said this entry here, 9:48, right? That was this candle right here. Okay. I know if you've been watching my other videos, you should know by now about this 16 EMA on the 15 minute. Okay. And now that gave us two confluences here. Not only did it pull back to the EMA, if you've been watching my videos on supply and demand, then you also know that that was a demand zone. Okay. as a 15-minute rally, base rally, and we pulled back to the tick. Okay, tick. VWAP was there. That was a perfect entry. I missed it because of my first two entries not working out, and yeah, my target is rejecting up here. But honestly, with the amount of size I saw today in the morning, I wouldn't be surprised if today was a trending day. But we'll see what happens. So far, it's rejecting this area, and yeah. So I just wanted to point that out that these things happen, and I likely will call it a session here because once you get frustrated and to yourself that you know you're not in your best state of thinking, it's always best to call it a session because a small loss, a paper cut, can turn into a very big wound. So that's a lesson I've learned the hard way. So I'm gonna call it a session here, guys. Quick update before I leave my desk. This area that I mentioned yesterday that would likely get revisited. As you can see, the market sold off from there, and it was actually a very good entry. Um, so let's go to the footprint. So a couple reasons. We came in, right? This is a higher day break, so it was a breakout fail. That's reason number one. Two, you see the volume spike. You see all the selling volume come in right when we break. Now sell off, and now we come back in to test that volume up here, and that is a perfect entry. Okay, now it came back to the same area where we saw all the bids this morning. Um, well, we got to see if this is going to take us out of the range that's being created down here now, or what happens next. Just wanted to point out how I would have played that entry if I didn't get caught up over here this morning. And if you're learning anything, I keep it real with you guys, show you my wins, show you my losses, and my thesis behind everything. So if you're learning anything, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching.